was back. I hope not. Just give me a second here. No, it's not here. Good. What is up, guys? Mike, it's me here, and welcome to my YouTube or Twitch channel. Let's continue with Gothic 2 and see how far we can get. Let me first shot one drive. I know you do, Blacktick. I know you do. Installed Gothic 2 Gold Edition. Let me check if Twitch already says that I'm live. It should be. Alright, so let's continue. Damn you, Gothic. Just give me 1 second. Chat ain't off. I'll show you. It's still here. Hey. So let's boot the game, and if he talks again, you know, he will be in the stream, no worries. Just give me a second here. No problem, Blacktick. No problem. Let's continue. Let's go towards the Monastery of the Magicians of Fire. Lopen en 9. I delivered the letter.
Very good. How did Gothic take it?
Well, he was rather shocked and made himself scarce right away.
I should think so. I'm afraid that, first of all, I need to attend to furnishing my new house. If I remember correctly, Gerbrandt's taste is horrible.
The house is yours then?
Yes, from cellar to attic, with all the furnishings. Having spent several years in less than befitting quarters, I'm looking forward to sleeping in a soft four-poster bed. And then, for breakfast, I'll have a fine wine and some excellent ham.
You don't miss any chances, do you?
You betcha.
So how did you pull this off?
So, did you think that Gothic came by his fortune through honest business? Of course, he never got his fingers dirty when it came to really shady deals. He had a helper for that. Of course, I caught on to a lot back then. Gothic finally got rid of me. He was probably afraid that I knew too much.
You never told me about that.
You never asked me.
But what about Gothic?
He has enjoyed the good life for far too long. He was living here in the lap of luxury while I was forcing down meat bug stew. I have no idea where he went from here, but he'll never get a foothold in Khorinis again. I'll see to that. If you're looking for him, you should try the Harbor District.
But what about my share?
Looks like you haven't forgotten everything I've taught you after all. But you're right. I couldn't have done it without you. Here's your share.
Thanks. But how's business?
How's lousy? Somebody should have told me that Khorinis has gone to the dogs in the meantime.
That's no news. I've only known the city like this.
You should have seen it a few years ago. You would have liked it then.
You don't say, Diego.
I hardly know what to believe anymore. Will it ever change?
Let's do the Thief Guild quest. I wanted to do it yesterday, but it was like 3 AM, so I decided, nah, not gonna do that. So I'll do it now. So I can kick their asses and kill them. Where's Jesper? Oh, here he is.
Hey!
What's behind the locked door?
What's behind that is the chest. The chest of the master lockpicker. Fingers. He put such an unbelievably complicated lock on it that, till now, no one has been able to open it. Unfortunately, he got nabbed. They tossed him through the barrier, where he probably died. But if you want to try opening the chest, here's the key to the room.
Fingers is the guy who taught us how to picking pockets and how to pick locks in Gothic 1. Apparently he was a member, a leader from the Thieves Guild in the city of Khorinis. But he splits before the underworld warlord Hagen. The smith Bennett. Three. Damage. There we go. Took me some tries, but I got it. 205 next. Three times right, 1 times left, 3 times right, 1 time left, 1 time right, 1 time left, 1 time right, 1 time left, 2 times right, 3 times left, 1 time right,
Hey,
1
you.
time left, 2 times right, and then 1 time left.
I want to...
Not quite sure. Talking to the wrong person.
Hey, you!
It's a long one in range. I managed to open the chest.
That's impossible. It looks like we've got a new master lockpicker. Congratulations on this accomplishment.
Yeah, and now it's time to die.
You'll regret it.
So much for you, lowlife. Watch it.
Now that was the Thieves Guild. So I can complete that side quest-ish for Lord Andre. Alarm!
man, my head.
Let's sleep till next morning, deliver the message to Lord Hagen, Lord Andre. Go to the monastery, get my stifflet cured. Got plenty of gold to do so. 20,000 still. I don't have any more King Sorrels, right? No. About the Thieves Guild.
About... Yes.
I have hunted them all down.
You have done this city a great service. You are entitled to the bounty for the bandits. Here, take it.
How's the situation in
Everything
town?
is under control.
Good. Maybe Vatras has a letter to deliver to the fire magician in front of the monastery. Says I have to go there anyways.
Hey,
I've got this feeling of trepidation.
You don't look well either.
Trepidation,
You
I mean.
were subjected to the black look of the Seekers for too long. All I can heal is your body, but only the monastery can purify your soul. Speak to Pyrokar. He will help you.
Apparently he has no quest. Oh well. And so shall it be. Let's go to the Magicians of Fire. See if I can learn any of the Water Mage's capabilities there. Which is Whirlwind, Ice Lance, Geisha, Storm and Water Fist. I doubt it, but... And afterwards I will steal the Secret Hammer of Innos for the judge in the city. Go to Onar's farm, prepare for the dragon hunt. Get Wolf to Bengar's farm. Complete that quest. Hey Blacktick, I'm doing good. What about yourself, mate? You doing good too? I already have that quest. No. To the Monastery of the Magicians of Fire. What's this, archery? Yeah. You're still sick. Well, let's hope then it's gone tomorrow. At least I hope for you. If I'm sick, you know, I'm sick for like most of the time once in the full year, depending on the weather changes constantly, you know, etc. But if I'm sick, I'm really, really sick. And then I will
Hey,
be
you.
not sick for quite a while. So I don't mind being sick when I'm sick, you know.
May Inno...
May Innos watch over me always. But it still sucks, you know. Still sucks to be sick.
Hey, you!
Hey you. Hey you. Ever been to the monastery?
Maybe. Why?
Are they still taking on people? I wouldn't know where else to turn.
Where did you come from?
I used to be captain of a big whaler, my
This is
boy.
going to be the captain
Sea
for
is
my
home.
mage.
My ship, the good old
Marduk.
Magdalena, was sunk by pirates a few months ago, and now I'm
Captain
stranded
Greg.
here. All I ever wanted was to go back to sea. Since I've come here, not one schooner is called at this accursed port. The only ship which is anchored in Khorinis is that blasted war galley of the king. And they don't take on anyone. So what else can I do? There's no work for me in town. I've tried everything.
You better get off the road.
Don't worry. I've already noticed that the wilderness out here has become damn dangerous in the last couple of days.
Good. Saves me from worrying. Let's go to the Monastery of the Magicians of Fire and steal the sacred hammer of the gods. No, of Innos. I need to get into the monastery, it's urgent.
I can't let you into the monastery. I'll get in trouble with the High Council. Without the permission of my superiors, I can't let anyone into the monastery.
I've got a letter from Lord Hagen.
Show me. All right. Here's the key to the monastery. Pyrokar is in the church.
But how did you get to the monastery so fast?
What kind of a question is that? I crept through the pass and made my way straight to the monastery. Admittedly, it was never easy avoiding all the monsters making themselves at home on this side of the valley, but ultimately I encountered fewer problems than I expected.
Do you know where the others are?
Gorn seems to have coped with his stay in Garan's dungeon very well. In any case, he wanted to go to Lee and see what was happening on the farm. After the grub they serve in the dungeon, he's probably stuffing his face right now and putting the mercenaries' provisions to a real test. Diego mumbled something about a reckoning. No idea what he meant by that. But I suspect he's in the city. You know him. Always there when there's something to be had.
Yeah, that's Diego. Do you know anything about the hooded figures?
No, but I have a bad feeling about those guys. Be careful if you run into them. Do you really think?
I do not know why you were allowed to enter the monastery. I am Pardon, and I am responsible for our novices. I do not want you to keep them from their work with stupid questions. Is that clear?
Sure.
Sure.
I certainly hope so.
Where can I find the cellars?
The entrance to the cellars lies halfway along the colonnade on the right.
What about the chapel?
The chapel is the room halfway along the left colonnade. That's where the paladins pray to Innos.
What about the library?
The library is at the end of the colonnade to the left, directly across from the church.
The church?
Lord Almighty! Has Innos stricken you blind? Where is the church? Oh my, where could it possibly be?
I always act in the name of Innos.
What can I do for you?
Have you got anything interesting for me?
No.
No.
Hey!
I always act in the name of Innos.
How are the sheep?
How do you think they are? They stand around and munch grass. I'd rather know what's happening outside. The magicians seem to be very nervous.
You already know what I think.
Strangers in black robes roam the countryside.
Strange.
What do you mean? What sort of strangers?
Nobody knows where they've come from. They wear long black robes and they cover their faces.
They seem to be some kind of magician. At least they're capable of magic.
That sounds very disturbing, but I'm sure that the High Council will solve this problem.
have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
There are dragons in the Valley of
There are
Mines.
dragons? I always thought they only existed in horror stories.
They're there, believe me.
But the King's Paladins will deal with them, won't they?
We'll see.
That'll only cause more trouble.
You don't have to tell me that.
Why haven't I heard about this before?
What's your job here?
I prepare the paladins for their fight against evil.
You have to feel sorry for the
So what is evil?
Evil is everywhere. It is the power of Beliar, the eternal adversary of Innos. It is the all-encompassing blackness which seems to blot out the light of Innos forever. Beliar is the lord of darkness, of hate, and of destruction. Only those among us in whose hearts burns the holy fire of Innos will bear the radiant light of Innos into the world and banish the darkness.
I see. But there are only magicians and novices living in the monastery, right?
But that is correct. In contrast to our community which honors the word of Innos, the paladins honor the great deeds of our Lord above all else. We are the representatives of Innos, but the paladins are his warriors, who go into battle in his name and increase his glory.
Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Is there anything you can teach me?
I am an expert in the magic of ice and the magic of thunder. I can teach you their power.
Ice.
However, I only instruct magicians.
I'm a magician. Any news?
The enemy has apparently already entered the city.
What do you mean?
One of the paladins, Lothar, was murdered in the street. In broad daylight. It has gone too far, but I fear that is only the beginning.
Could have told you that before.
That will never change.
No one must violate the divine.
But Bennett is innocent.
How do you know that?
I have found proof.
Sometimes I think that treason and greed are our greatest enemies.
Comedian Filippo is back in the house, guys. The comedian. What's going to happen now?
A murder, moreover, of a paladin
What's
is
up,
without
Filippo?
doubt one of the worst crimes there is. The murderer will undoubtedly be sentenced to death.
Only Innos decides what's right or wrong.
Well, he can't train me. Even though he does train ice and thunder. But only to fire magicians. So there's basically not much point in joining the water mages. At least thus far. Maybe the water mage can teach me before I will go to the valley, to the Halls of Irdorath, but I doubt it. Christmas. God damn it. I'm gonna get myself Pokemon Sun or Moon for Christmas. You know why, guys? Because it can. It's too bad I can't stream 3DS games. You know, since I don't have a capture card. Because Sun and Moon would most definitely get views. But can't do that. What are you guys doing for yourself with Christmas? Because you always have to do something for yourself with Christmas. Spoil yourself. And spoil others, most likely, you know. Also a bit of yourself. You gotta enjoy Christmas. wanted to pre-order Pokemon Sun or Moon, but no cash for it. Well, I had no cash for it. Besides the
I'll never get this open.
how do you call it? The combo bonus was not really that well known. It was not announced which combination you would get, you know, if you pre-order it. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna pre-order because that costs €5 extra above the normal game price, you know, which is a bit weird, but fine, you know. But I didn't do it with my stupid head. What are you creeping around here for? I'm just chilling around, Mage. No need to worry.
What are you doing here?
Show me where. Yeah, oh, you have the second. Yeah. Good man. And then I will sell all the books. Let me... Oh, wrong one. Already have that one. Dragon Blood.
Sure.
Let's sell them back to him along with some weapons. I've got so many stuff. No need Amulet of Strength. Don't need Banish Evil. Well, it didn't work, mate. It didn't work. You're not invisible. Mission failed. Fatality. Also have to check for red hair pepper, so I can finally make Dawn potion.
I am Master Hyglas, guardian of the fire and keeper of the knowledge.
That says pickpocketing. What are you studying?
My research focuses on fire, the power of Innos. It is his gift and at the same time a mighty weapon, and I create runes which contain his power.
You have to feel sorry for the poor guy.
Alright, so let's talk with Pyrokar.
I used to say that myself. Why haven't I heard about this before?
How is it going?
I thank Innos that I can be here in the monastery.
Anything.
First pickpocket.
I think I'm possessed. Can you heal me?
Not without a token of your respect for this monastery, my son. 300
You're
gold.
freakingly annoying, little dog. Walk. Great, here's the money.
Great.
Here, drink this. May the mercy of Innos be your salvation.
PogChamp. I have come from the old Valley of Mine.
What do you have to report?
The enemy has formed up there with an army of orcs and dragons.
We have already learned that from Milten. But what about the king's shipment of ore?
The mine they are digging for Garand in the valley cannot satisfy the demands of the king.
The days are becoming grayer, and the light of the sun is ever weaker.
I was attacked by men in black robes.
I know. Those are the Seekers, henchmen from the nether realms of Beliar. Beware of them. They will try to take possession of you. Once possessed, you will no longer be yourself. Only here in the monastery could you find help then, so be careful. Here, this rune will bring you directly back to the monastery if you need our help. Remember, we must offer resistance or we shall all be doomed.
You do not say. I have come to take the sacred eye of Innos.
I see that you have received an authorization from Lord Hagen himself to bear the Eye of Innos. I am afraid that I have to disappoint you. We have fallen victim to a treacherous plot of the enemy. The Eye of Innos has been violently taken from these sacred walls.
Who did this?
Evil is cunning, and usually works in secret. Only rarely do you see it emerge to pursue its evil.
Just 1 second, guys. If you guys are chatting, I will not see it. I'm gonna search if I can create
The enemy now shows himself
runes as a water mage,
in
because
every home and every public square. This can only mean that he no longer fears any adversary and is not going to shrink back from anything. One of our most faithful followers, a candidate for the high robe of the Magicians of Fire, has changed his allegiance unexpectedly, and in an alarmingly evil manner. Pedro. The enemy has taken possession of him, thus inflicting a terrible defeat upon us. Pedro has forced his way into our most sacred halls and stolen the eye. I fear that he simply spent too much time by himself, outside of the gates, and thus beyond the protective walls of the monastery, exposed to all lurking dangers.
I don't see really only what the fuck? Oh, I thought for a second my stream ended. Well, I can't find anything. It all say fire mage or whatnot. You know, I'm not searching for that. Where did the thief flee to?
Pedro knocked down some of the
I
other
need to
novices
know.
who tried to stop him
I'll
and
explain
disappeared
after
into the morning
conversation.
mist. Many novices have gone after him to bring the eye back to its place unharmed. If you want to catch up with him, you need to hurry before Pedro disappears out of your reach.
But